Join me as we dive into one of the most curious mysteries in modern music, why Timbaland, one of the most influential music producers of our time, refuses to do karaoke. This isn't just idle curiosity, it's a question that touches on creativity, artistry, and the very nature of performance. Timbaland is a name that resonates with anyone who loves music. Over decades, he has redefined the soundscape of popular music. From producing hits for Aaliyah and Missy Elliott to shaping the sound of Justin Timberlake and Jay-Z, Timbaland has left an indelible mark on the industry. His beats are instantly recognizable, often experimental, yet undeniably catchy. And yet, despite his love for music, there's one thing he won't do: he won't sing karaoke. At first glance, this might seem puzzling. Karaoke is widely viewed as a fun, casual way to engage with music. It's a platform where fans and performers can step into the spotlight, test their vocal abilities, and laugh at the imperfections that make human performance relatable. Karaoke has become a cultural phenomenon around the world, bringing people together in bars, parties, and online streams. It celebrates music in its rawest, most immediate form. So why would someone as musically adventurous as Timbaland avoid it? To understand, we need to explore his journey and the unique nature of his artistry. The rise of Timbaland, a life devoted to music. Timbaland's musical journey began early. Born Timothy Mosley, he grew up immersed in the rhythms of the world around him. He wasn't just a fan of music, he was a student, dissecting every beat, every note, every sound he could get his hands on. From an early age, he developed a keen sense of what makes a song work, a gift that would become the cornerstone of his career. His rise to fame wasn't instant. Unlike some artists who achieve overnight success, Timbaland's path was defined by years of meticulous experimentation and relentless dedication. Every beat he produced, every collaboration he pursued, was a step toward mastering his craft. By the time he started working with Aaliyah on her album One in a Million, Timbaland had already refined a sound that was innovative, rhythmic, and unmistakably his own. Over the years, he continued to evolve, crafting hits that dominated charts, while constantly experimenting with new sounds. Working with Justin Timberlake on Future Sex/Love Sounds, producing Jay-Z's tracks, and even influencing pop culture globally, Timbaland has seen the music industry from every angle. He knows the thrill of performance, the stress of live shows, and the pressures of studio perfection. Given this background, it's no surprise that Timbaland has a very particular relationship with music. He thrives in environments where he can control the sound, shape the rhythm, and ensure that every note aligns with his vision. Karaoke, as we'll see, is the exact opposite of that controlled space. Karaoke fun, but unpredictable to most people. Karaoke is about letting go. It's casual, spontaneous, and often imperfect. Singers perform over pre-recorded tracks, usually without a live band, and the focus is as much on participation as on skill. Mistakes are not just accepted, they're celebrated. Karaoke is about joy, community, and shared experience, not precision or artistic innovation. But for a professional like Timbaland, who has spent decades crafting sounds down to the last beat, karaoke can be intimidating. It's a performance stripped of the layers he usually relies on. No meticulously programmed drums, no harmonies carefully adjusted in the studio, no refined mixing to hide minor flaws. Just a microphone, a song, and the expectation to perform. Even seasoned performers can feel exposed in such a setting. Live performance is different from karaoke. It often comes with rehearsals, preparation, and production support. Karaoke throws all of that out the window. For Timbaland, stepping into a karaoke spotlight might feel like stepping into chaos, a place where musical control is impossible. The artist's commitment to craft. When we think about Timbaland's refusal to do karaoke, it helps to consider his philosophy toward music. For him, music isn't just a hobby, it's a craft, a discipline, and a form of expression that demands focus. He approaches every track with the mindset of a perfectionist, shaping every sound until it meets his standards. Casual performance, such as karaoke, could be seen as contradictory to that approach. While many enjoy karaoke for the joy of participation, Timbaland may see it as a scenario where his skills and standards can't fully manifest. In other words, the casual, often unpredictable nature of karaoke doesn't align with his professional standards and his artistic identity. It's not arrogance, it's dedication. Artists of Timbaland's caliber are defined by their pursuit of excellence. They've spent years refining their craft, exploring every nuance of music, and pushing the boundaries of creativity. Casual performances may not offer the same satisfaction or sense of accomplishment as producing a perfect beat or collaborating on a transformative track. A matter of comfort and control. Another factor in Timbaland's karaoke avoidance is comfort. Some performers thrive in public attention. Others prefer controlled environments, where they can focus on their work without distraction. Timbaland is clearly someone who thrives in the studio, where he has full control over the musical environment. Karaoke strips away that control. There's no sound engineering, no creative manipulation of beats, no opportunity to refine the performance in real time. You're just there with your voice and a backing track, performing live in front of an audience that may include friends, strangers, or even fans who expect a flawless rendition. That exposure, even to a small audience, can be daunting for someone used to shaping every note of their music. In this sense, Timbaland's choice is less about fear and more about preference. He chooses to invest his energy in the spaces where his skills can shine the most: in studios, in collaborations, and in live performances designed with precision. The psychology of the performer. Timbaland's stance on karaoke also highlights a deeper psychological truth about creative people. Many artists, especially those who innovate in their field, are highly sensitive to environments that don't allow them to fully express their vision. For Timbaland, the studio is a sanctuary, a place where experimentation is possible, mistakes can be corrected, and creativity is fully realized. Karaoke, by contrast, is a setting that emphasizes spontaneity over perfection. It celebrates participation, not artistry. For someone whose identity is closely tied to their creative output, that can feel incompatible. The risk of not meeting one's own artistic standards, even in a casual setting, can be uncomfortable, or even off-putting. This isn't unique to Timbaland. Many highly skilled musicians avoid casual performances for similar reasons. The very traits that make them exceptional: attention to detail, high standards, a deep understanding of musical complexity, can make activities like karaoke feel counterintuitive. Cultural perceptions and misconceptions. Another interesting angle is how culture perceives karaoke. In many places, it's seen as a light-hearted, recreational activity. But for artists, cultural assumptions about fun and participation can clash with their professional identity. Fans might assume that refusing karaoke is odd, or even pretentious, but from Timbaland's perspective, it's simply a matter of aligning actions with values. He's not rejecting music itself. He's choosing how and where to engage with it. Karaoke doesn't provide the creative satisfaction or challenge he seeks. He interacts with music in ways that leverage his expertise, creating beats, producing tracks, and innovating sounds that shape the industry. That's his version of musical fulfillment. Lessons from Timbaland's refusal. Timbaland's avoidance of karaoke offers a subtle, but important lesson. The pursuit of excellence often requires choices that might seem unusual to outsiders. Creative geniuses prioritize spaces where they can fully express their vision and maintain control over their craft. For fans, this is a reminder that artistic expression comes in many forms. It doesn't always conform to our expectations of fun or participation. Sometimes, excellence means making deliberate choices about what to engage with and what to avoid. It also reminds us that vulnerability is not always comfortable, even for celebrated performers. Karaoke thrives on vulnerability, the willingness to perform imperfectly. Timbaland's refusal highlights that vulnerability takes different forms, and not every form aligns with every artist's preferences or personality. Conclusion. Respecting the genius. Ultimately, Timbaland's refusal to do karaoke isn't about fear, ego, or snobbery. It's about dedication, craft, and personal preference. It reflects a commitment to artistry and a recognition of where his skills are best applied. For someone who has spent decades shaping the sound of popular music, the casual, unpredictable environment of karaoke simply doesn't fit. So the next time you find yourself at a karaoke night, remember, even music legends have boundaries. Timbaland teaches us that mastery comes with choices about where to focus, how to engage, and what spaces honor your craft. And if you're curious about more stories behind the quirks of famous musicians, from Elvis Presley's dislike of microphones to other surprising habits, there's a whole world of fascinating insights waiting to be explored. Timbaland may avoid karaoke, but his music continues to inspire millions, proving that sometimes, genius doesn't need a microphone to shine. Thanks for the watching and subscribe.